Hello and welcome back to another Bad Comic Review. Today we are looking at Trespasser issue 4. This is the final part of the 4-part limited series from Alterna Comics, put out in 2017. And now we're back with the man and his daughter. He's drinking some Jack Daniels or something similar while the kid's balled up in bed. He goes up to talk to her. They have some nice bonding time. She throws up because she's sick, and then boom, shaft of light hits him. And he takes another shot and tells the kid, he tells the kid to stay put, then takes a shot. Someone's knocking on the door. He answers. That's very polite of the aliens to knock, honestly. He sees the aliens out there, and they're in their cool little outfits, looking all sinister and mean. And he surrenders. He begs for his daughter's life. He says do whatever they want. They can torture him, whatever. They bring his daughter out, and they zap him, and then they leave. Then we cut forward. There's some medical stuff going on. The girl wakes up. She's in the military base in Jefferson. We get this great exterior shot of the Jefferson checkpoint, and there's alien bodies hanging from the walls, and they're all bloodied, of course. It's a really good page, actually. It's very, very dynamic, very intense. If it had ended there, I would have been like, oh my god, that's an awesome way to end it. But the epilogue, for me, hurts it a little bit. It has a years later epilogue, and we're back at the farmhouse. The dad's alive, and the girl shows up and says, "It's me, Maria." And she's got the side of her head shaved like some 80s punk rocker. I think that's a little too silly looking, especially in the winter. And she's missing an arm, and she's got this 3-eyed dog. His name's Gargoyle, and she says how she's been looking for the house, and he notices one of those alien implant pen things right behind her ear, but he doesn't pay any attention to it. So then they go inside and say, let's get some food. And there's this exterior shot of a sign with what looks like a crop circle type design on it. I don't know what it means. That doesn't tell me anything. The ending was a little too cheery, I think, for what a dark story it had been up to this point. And the whole implant thing, I think, could have been a little bit more subtle or left unspoken if they were going to do this kind of ending. But I think it would have been a little bit more of an honest ending to not have it with such a happy ending that, maybe she is the one telling the story, and there would be a page that said, something about how she looked for her father but never could find him or something like that. Honestly, I don't think this type of story would have a legitimately happy ending. But the creative team did a good job. It's still a good story. First 3 issues were great. This one didn't really work for me. I like happy endings more than most, but this one probably wouldn't have had the ending that it did. It felt a little forced. But otherwise, it was a really good story. I highly recommend reading it. It was a lot of fun to read. It was a quick, well-paced book. The art's pretty good in this one. I think the artist got a little better over the course of the series. Very interesting style of art. Generally not my thing, but it did work. The aliens looked really scary, really cool, and they were nice enough to save the kid's life. The military guys all looked really good. They did a good job on that. But the cover I liked too. I thought it was really well done. But that scene does not appear in the issue. Overall, a very fun book. I highly recommend all 4 issues. They definitely need to put it in trade paperback, and I think it probably would make a good movie with a few minor adjustments. So it would definitely be a summer blockbuster kind of thing, I think. Maybe not so action-packed, but definitely worth seeing in the theater. But yeah, if you get a chance, go check this out. Alterna Comics does some great books for real cheap, and I highly recommend checking them out. You could get 2 or 3 issues for the price of one from Marvel and DC. So that'll do it for this one. As always, thanks for listening, and we hope to see you on the next episode.